Thank you for coming back to the video. If you're new around here, I'm the friendly neighborhood Moomin, and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to all original content on 2K games, wrestling games. So from face textures to tights to body textures. If you're an original core creator or you're in core leagues and stuff like that, this is probably the place to be. And this is all about tight and logo designs, really. Specifically when you haven't really got the reference to recreate the logo yourself, or you're just wanting to play about and add some design work to your tights and textures. Now, this is a method that I was playing around with a little bit anyway, and learning. And it didn't all come together really until I came across Defract and I subscribed to his Patreon properly to learn some new skills. So shout out to him. It's something I was playing about with, but it didn't all come together until I did subscribe to him and watched his tutorial on using Affinity Designer. Well, not Affinity Designer, but using vector-based programs to recreate logos and textures. So I'm going to link his stuff in the description. I would highly recommend you give him a subscribe on his Patreon, even if it's just to get access to his texture library and things like that. However, this is, I said it's a vector-based program. If you don't know what a vector-based program is, it's basically no matter how big or small you make the logo, you'll all have smooth edges, unlike with like Photoshop and GIMP, which I'm used to using. It is pixelated. I'm using Affinity Designer, which is currently on trial, and I'm going to probably buy the full package soon. However, if you want to do, you can get Inkscape, which is free, or you can try the Affinity Designer for free for 90 days. Or there is other vector-based programs out there. It's going to be short. It's only going to be sweet. I'm going to show you a few examples, and recently what I've done on Twitch as well. And speaking of Twitch, I do stream every Tuesday and every Friday. We do the core workshop and the core review. The review, obviously reviewing your textures, your logos, your cores in full. And on the core workshop, I'm helping you redesign your cores and if you get stuck and stuff like that. If you pop along to the streams, you do get access to my Discord. If you're a regular member, my Discord's got a library of logos, textures, things like that help you along the way with your core work. And we have a good vibe anyway. It's a good place to be. You can also follow me on Twitter. I do every so often give out textures and things like that on Twitter, and competitions and things like that. If you can give me a follow. Give me a subscribe and give me a like on this video. That will help. Without further ado, though, after the short introduction, I'm just going to get into it and I'll show you some design work on a few things that we've done recently. This video is actually sponsored by one of my sponsors, Hellfire Designs, who, as you can see on this lovely presentation of my PWA Championship that I had created from the WWE2K logos that we discussed, creates custom wrestling belts and custom logos. I first came across him for just asking for a logo, but we spoke, we got this custom built belt, and you can get yours just using code Moomin, and the link to his Twitter and his Instagram is going to be in the link in the description. So welcome back. You can see the stream section, I call it bit here. I'm just going to open up Affinity Designer, and I've got a 720 by 720 canvas that I always use for logos in WWE2K. Handy to have these. I can save them in an SVG file format. But what I'm going to do is just show you the difference. If I zoom into that, you can see it's a flush line. If it was Photoshop, you'd see all pixels around that. So that's what I mean by a vector-based program. The difference is phenomenal for what I've been doing. I'm going to show on the screen now a recent design that I did for a wrestler called Noah Bennett. He goes by the name Maverick. And you can see the stripe design on the side of his leg I use this method to do that. And you can see on the thing I've got a few layers here. Sorry. And I'm just going to show you how I would go around recreating each one of these. So we're going to keep it short and sweet, just to give you an idea. And this is the Austin Theory logo. I couldn't find a decent image or reference, so I decided to do it myself. What you want to use is the pen tool. And you want to use as little as strokes as possible. And first of all, I'm going to do the A like that. And now I've got a curve here, so if I switch that off, now I remember the actual thing I was going for was Austin Theory's like the way attire. So I'd probably do it like that, and then you've got a stroke bit here, which is this. It'll be different on depending on what you're using, but I would suggest you just have a look at these tabs. This is your colour. Straight away, I've just been able to create that part. So I could go back to it. If I hide that, I can then do this part as well. And then I could use that triangle to chop the hole in the other one, if that makes sense. And then I'd move on to this bit as well. And if I just do that the same colours, I think it's swatches I can, yeah, swatches is that. And as you can see straight away, I'm building the shapes. Yeah, it's not perfect because I'm not going into detail, I'm not designing anything, I'm just giving you an idea. With the node tool, which is the second one down, so each different vector program will have a node tool. You can then play around with these and bring them across. This comes in handy for text logos as well, so I'll show you that another time as well. Or you could pop into the streams, as I said. I'll show you what I mean by that. But you can then move these all around the different shapes that you need. So that's kind of what I would go for in regards to a simple logo like that. And then I'm going to open this one. Get my pen tool again. And this is probably a bit simpler. The USA, I would probably look to see if I could put a font that I could just do that with. But it's probably the eagle ear that I'd want to recreate. I'm just going to quickly do that. In the video, when it's uploaded, I might just do this as... No, we'll just do it like this, so quickly as possible. And you can see like there's like letter rulers that make sure everything stays same. Quickly. Now got that, I'm going to make that white. And I'm going to get rid of this. And then if I wanted to, I've got just make things a little bit neater if I wanted to. Now, because it is a vector-based program, I can make this as big as I want or as small as I want. And I would probably just use a close font to make that thing. Now, if I wanted to, I could add a bit of a stroke. Do it. Like that. And there you go, you've got that bit as well. Now finally, we've got this kind of a tight design here. This would be a little bit more tricky because it's not in straight lines. Now if I wanted to do this, I'd probably have it sort of center off, and I would just try, so it's kind of like that, first of all. Then I would use my node tool, which is this here, and I would level it all up. So, and I bring that center. Probably need to fill. So we'll match the colours of what it is. And their tights. We've got the base there, and then obviously we've got the arrows around. So I'm probably gonna, in the first instance, I would probably get the pen tool again. And I might be even making this bit more difficult for myself than I need it to be fair, because you've got shapes on the left-hand side, which you can use down here to make the similar shapes. Again, I want to just use the node tool again. I've got to make that same. And then, colour-wise, it's a silverish colour. So I'm just going to try and get like a silver colour around the edge. Maybe just go white, actually. And then, I just want to make sure that's the one. Foreground, and then I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller Again, just to match it up. Like that, like so. So you can see the process, it's not that difficult. If I wanted then now I can then add these arrows. Wouldn't be too hard. And I actually did this on stream the other day. There's actually a trick as well on this. If I now hold Alt and then drag, I make a new version of it. There you go. So I wouldn't say it's perfect, but you can see in the total of if I look at how long this has been, in 7 minutes, I've showed you quickly how you can go about creating something like this. And this should open you up to making in some... I'm just going to go to... Now, this method should open you up to be able to do some more in-depth tie and logo designs. I've got more design work coming, as long as with some universe mode stuff as well. So I would pretty much appreciate if you do drop a follow on Twitch and stuff. I've got regular people coming in now. It's really going well for me, this sort of thing as well. I've got some good things coming in the future. So if you want to get on board, now is the time. All the links in the description and everything will be in the description below. If you need to ask any questions, I do stream every Tuesday, every Friday, which is 8 PM UK time. And we do have a monthly PWA, which is my kind of E-Fed thing, versus, or a community night. And you're also welcome to them as well. As for I am the friendly neighborhood movement, if you did find this video useful, give it a share, give it a subscribe, give it a like, give me a comment if there's anything you're struggling with, and let me know. Again, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok as well with my wrestling opinions. All the links in the description below. As ever, thank you for tuning in, thank you for popping on to the video on the friendly neighborhood movement, and I'll see you on the next one. Peeled faces library. Then I've got body textures that I've made. I've got nip 1 and nip 2. And then loads of body textures done. I swear to God, the conversation I had to have with the missus when she walked in, when I had a person's pecs on my screen, and I'm going like that. Concentration face. Yeah. Like, is there something you want to tell me? Nope. I just sometimes peel people's faces off and save them in a file.